I actually cannot even see right now. These lights are so bright in my face. My eyes are watering. Oh my goodness. Hey guys, so it's actually been a hot minute since I did a makeup tutorial. I was looking back through my videos yesterday and I thought, why have I not done a makeup tutorial in such a long time? Don't know why. Basically, I've got some new products today. I've got some old favourites. I've got some stuff I've never tried before. I've got all sorts of different things in here, really, to be honest. So I just thought we'd have a sit down and a little bit of a play with some products. So half of them are favourites and half of them are pretty new to me. So it should be an interesting video today. I will also list every single product in the description box for you, along with any discount codes that I've got, because I think I've pretty much got a discount code for nearly every single product in this video. So if you see anything that you fancy, it's all linked in the description box for you. So I've already got foundation on. Guys, I'm a bit bored of skin right now. I feel like all that I've done throughout summer is skin and skin tutorials. I'm a little bit bored of it. I'm ready to move on. I'm ready for the eyes. I'm ready for the smoky. However, I am wearing the new, I don't even know if it's new, but it's new to me, the Shiseido Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Foundation in the shade 340 Oak. This is absolutely beautiful. It's so good. I've had this on for about 10-20 minutes ish. Really like it. Medium to full coverage. It's a soft finish, so it's sort of like a maybe like a natural finish or semi-matte. Lasts all day. This has gone on the potentials list for my wedding makeup next year. I'm obsessed. I really like this one. And then for my brows, I've just gone in with the Too Faced Super Fine Brow Detailer Ultra Slim Brow Pencil in the shade Medium Brown. I really like this as well. I think it's absolutely fab. Yeah, nothing really more to say about that one. So I think we should crack on with some makeup now. I'm going to go in with the MAC Prep and Prime highlighter in the shade Bright Forecast. So this is just sort of like a pen, and it's got like this peachy coloured brightener. Now listen, you won't be able to tell because of the lights and the full coverage foundation, but my dark circles have been really bad at the minute. Not bad, that's not the best word to use, but really prominent at the minute. And I feel like I do have generally like quite dark under eye circles anyway, so corrector is a massive thing for me. But recently I've been using this and I really like it, and I just feel like it adds like this light under my eyes. So I've been using this just a little bit before my concealer. And I also really like the Fenty one, the Bright Fix in the shade Melon. I really like that as well. I'm just going to go ahead and blend that in. So it just sort of like, it's not really concealer, but it's just sort of like an under eye brightener. I feel like it makes a world of difference on my under eyes. If you are looking for something that's going to make your under eyes a little bit brighter, this is the one for you. It's so good. I used to use this years ago, but in the yellowy shade. I can't remember what it's called now. No, I can't remember. I've got it actually in my drawers, but I really like this peachy one just for underneath the eyes. I do feel like it adds so much luminosity underneath the eyes so that when the light is hitting it, those reflex sort of like bounce off and just give so much light. Don't know if you can see that, but I just really like it. For actual concealer, I'm going to go in with the Iconic London Seamless Concealer. Now, this is a new product to me. I know that this has been out for a while, but it's actually new to me, and I have been using it the past maybe like 2 weeks. I think I've had this 2 weeks, maybe like a week, I don't know, but really like it, really enjoying it. I use the shade Beige, which is sort of similar to my foundation, and I'm just gonna go ahead and apply that everywhere where I want to conceal. And yeah, like I said, I've been using this concealer and I really like it. It's not super matte and it's not super dewy. It sort of like sits in the middle. It's like a really nice finish. I'm actually not a massive fan of anything that's too dry or too dewy. I kind of like everything to sit in the middle with sort of like a natural matte finish. That way I can sort of like manipulate the product by what skin prep I use. Whether I want to go super moisturised for a dewy look or whether I want to go more oil controlled. I like things that sort of like sit in the middle. Really lovely concealer. I really like it. I'm actually going to use the same product in a different shade for my cream bronzer. So I'm going to use the shade Warm Tan, again in the Iconic London Seamless Concealer. So I'm just going to apply A little bit of that. Oh, I could probably do with a shade deeper actually. Maybe not warm tan, but it'll just add a little bit of like bronze glow. We're going for a subtle cream bronze today. So I'm just pressing this in with my Peaches Makeup PC21, the best cream bronzer brush you will ever use in your entire life. I'm just pressing this in. This is definitely not doing much because I need a shade darker, but oh well, it's still doing something. I can see like I've got like a little bit of a bronze on my cheeks. Then for cream blush, I actually got this in PR the other day. This is a Laura Mercier cream cheek colour in the shade Blaze. Like a berry tone. It's really, really nice. I love shades like this for the cheeks. So I'm just taking a Peaches Makeup PC21 again, and I'm just tapping into that product. And I'm just going to focus this right in the centre of the cheeks. I love Laura Mercier skin products. I feel like they absolutely smash it when it comes to skin. Like, look how just healthy that looks. Wow, amazing. Yeah, I feel like Laura Mercier really smash it when it comes to skin products, especially primers and stuff. Like, I remember when I used to work on counter for them, and the primers would just like sell out constantly. Like, people constantly come in for primer and tinted moisturiser. That was like the main thing, and obviously the translucent powder. But yeah, I just remember it was mainly just like skin constantly. Pop a little bit on my nose as well, just to balance out the face. Recently I've been taking like my cream blush up onto like my forehead and temples, because I feel like it just makes all the products work together a little bit more and the face look a little bit more cohesive. So I do like blending everything together. So to set all that in place, I'm going to go in with the Too Faced Born This Way Ethereal Setting Powder. So I've used this like once or twice. I've not really like evaluated it much. I've just sort of like used it and gone. I can't stand this packaging. So when you take it out, yeah, I get it, like none of it comes out. You're never going to have any powder spillage. But then you've got to literally tap out all the powder. You can't just take the lid off and dip into it, put it on your face and go. You've got to do all this. And I'm not a fan of doing this, you know. I find it so inconvenient. And then the lid goes back on. Like, I get it. But also, no. I'm taking my Real Techniques setting brush. Guys, if you don't have this setting brush, you need it. It's really, really fab for the under eye because it gets right in there. I'm just going to take a little bit of that and just set my under eyes and sort of like start going in on my T-zone. I'm using like little bits of powder at a time and really pushing it in. That is actually a really nice powder. I feel bad for like slagging off the packaging, but that's actually really, really nice. I'm going to keep going in with this. I'll set sort of like one side of my face and then we'll compare. Okay, so this is the side that's set, this is the side that isn't set. I really, really like the way this is looking at the minute. Obviously, we need to see how it wears throughout the day, but I really, really like the way that those powders are melting together with the foundation and everything. My skin's looking smooth, it's not looking patchy, cakey. Nothing like that. Super, super nice so far. So that's the Too Faced, what is it, Born This Way Ethereal Setting Powder. I'm going to do the same on this side. I also get quite a lot of questions on when you powder your under eye, why does it take away the coverage of the concealer? But it's not actually taking away the coverage. It's more so that when your under eye isn't set, it's obviously wet and dewy from the cream concealer or cream product that you've used. And then when you go in with a setting powder, it turns matte. So naturally, the light is going to bounce off a cream product more than it is when the skin is matte. Because you've got that wet surface there, so the light is bouncing off quite a lot and it's going to seem like you've got more coverage because there's more light coming off it. When you mattify it down, obviously you've not got that light bouncing off anymore, so that's why it can look like you've got less coverage. Actually you haven't, it's just been mattified. I got this powder all over me. Guys, my makeup room smells like pumpkin spice, coffee, autumn. I've got some autumn flowers that I'm just directly looking at. I'm feeling the autumn winter vibe today. It's so gloomy outside. Oh, I live for it. I love it so much. Carry on with skin. I'm actually going to go in with Hoola Caramel as my bronzer. Never use this. As you guys know, I always use MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. But I'm trying to switch up. I'm trying to branch out, you know. I'm trying to try new things. And I'm going to use a Plouise 638 brush, favourite bronzer brush of all time. I might actually link all the brushes that I've used in the description box. I'll try, but that's a task, isn't it? But I'm gonna go in with this and my Hoola Caramel, and I'm just gonna apply a tiny bit all the way around the perimeter of my face. I always get so nervous using like bronzers that aren't MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, because MAC Mineralized Skin Finish is so soft and just blends so easy. Like you can just literally like chuck it on and know that it'll look really, really nice. When that other bronzers are a little bit like hard and not as easy to blend. They're just not soft and blendable like MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. So that's the bronzer on. I don't like it as much as MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, but it is still a really good bronzer. Blush, I'm actually going to go in with the Missguided Stop I'm Blushing High Pigment Matte Blush. This is in the shade About Last Night. If you are looking for some affordable blushes for your kit, Missguided do amazing ones. And this is a Plouise 673 brush as well. And the blushes are just so nice. The powder is so soft and the pigment's there. Like they're not too overly pigmented, so when you put the blush on, it's just like, wow, and then it's hard to blend. Like they're really nice and buildable, and I do just really enjoy using Missguided beauty products. I think they have some amazing stuff, to be honest. Better than half the stuff that is in like Boots and Superdrug. I think Missguided actually really smashed it with their makeup launch. So yeah, just gone in with that blush. Like how nice is that blush? It's so yummy, and these are so affordable as well. So for highlighter, I have actually used this product before, but I've never used this shade. So this is the ILLAMASQUA Beyond Powder in the shade Risque. So this is the shade. It's so beautiful. It's like a mix of peach and pink. So I think I actually have nearly all the shades of this now. This is my favourite highlighter formula of all time, I think, because it's so smooth and it's so wet looking. It's almost like a sheen, like lit from within sort of look. It's not got any like glitter in it or anything like that. I'm just taking this on a Morphe M510 and I'm sort of using it over the top of the blush rather than taking it up here, because obviously it is quite pinky peach and it looks absolutely fab as sort of like a blush topper more than just like on its own. Shall we do some faux freckles? I think we should. I haven't done faux freckles in ages because I've had my normal freckles throughout summer, but I feel like they've died down a bit now with the full coverage foundation. Let's bring them back. So I'm going to use my Missguided Frex Appeal freckle pen. I'm just going to go in super random and tapping out with my finger as well. This is so much cheaper than Freck, but it is really good. Obviously already gone in with that Too Faced brow pencil, but I have actually got this new product from Huda Beauty. This is the hashtag Bomb Brows Full and Fluffy Fibre Gel. So I've got the shades Neutral Blonde, Light Brown and Medium Brown. I think I'm going to go in with Medium Brown. I actually love this packaging. I think that's so sleek. The wand is so tiny. I've never tried this, so I'm really excited. I'm going to go in and pop that through the brows. No, this is so nice. Oh my god, guys. No, that's actually transformed that brow. Wow. So I'm using like really light pressure. I'm not like going in really hard or anything with this. I'm obsessed. That is really nice. So I'm just going in with a little bit of Louise base in the shade 2.5 just to prep my eyelids. Guys, I'm not even kidding. The loudest plane just went over my house. Like, it wasn't just even like a normal plane. It was honestly the loudest thing that I've ever heard. I'm just applying this with a MAC 252S. Favourite brush for doing this. I literally love it. So good to be sat down playing with makeup again. Feels really, really good. Take a clean synthetic brush and just press over that Louise base. It's just going to blend it into the rest of the skin and also take away any excess and give us a nice smooth base. If you have the same amount of Louise base from lash line to brow, what that will do is make sure that you've got a really smooth canvas going all the way down, so your eyeshadows are going to blend better. If you have sort of like a thick bit here and then a thinner up here, it's not going to apply the same with your shadow. So always good to make sure that you've got a nice even amount over the rest of the lid. So the eyeshadow palette that I'm going to be using today is the Colourpop Play It Dual. This looks so good. I got this in PR the other day and when I opened this, can we just appreciate how stunning this is? This row is calling my name. This shade, this shade, this shade, the blue, the berry tones, so delish. I think I want to do like a cool tone shimmery eye, but I also want to do something a little bit more earthy. I think I'm going to go with a cool tone smoky eye. So I'm going to go in with this shade Craft, which is the sort of like a medium cool tone brown. So I'm just taking this medium cool tone brown shade and I'm just sort of pressing it. I'm sort of focusing this halfway across the lid, so I don't want to take it like too far across. And I'm using a Made by Mitchell ME3 brush. And I love these brushes from Made by Mitchell, the eye brushes especially. 10 out of 10. And next I'm going to go in with the shade Graded, which is down in the bottom corner here. It's sort of like a light stone colour. It's really, really nice. I love this sort of shade. And I'm taking that on a Louise 121. And I'm going to start buffing around the edges of that shade that we just used. I'm really, really blending it out. And start to wing it out slightly. I don't want to go too hard on the wing, but I want it to be like a little bit winged. I'm just going to buff in the front here as well. Start taking it under the brow. I actually love a cool toned eye. Like, I used to hate cool tones and now I live for it. Especially in like winter, autumn months. Cool tone brown eye. Whoo! Smoking. It's always better to go with like a lighter base as well when you are working with cool tone products. Sometimes if you are using like a eyeshadow base that's sort of like the same as your foundation or a little bit deeper or anything like that, try and go a little bit lighter because it can just make the cool tone stand out a lot more. I'm just buffing this in and I want this to be like super, super blended, like no harsh lines, everything blurring into each other. I'm taking that Craft shade again and I'm just reinforcing that back in. And I'm going to swap between this Made by Mitchell brush and the P. Louise brush and just keep blending until I'm happy with everything, until it's all nice and blended. Super, super buffed out. Just taking a clean blending brush in the lid of that Too Faced powder and I'm just going to pop it straight under the brow just to set that area because I'm not using any brow bone highlight or anything and I'm not taking the shadows up that high, so I need to set that area just so that in photos it all looks nice and matte. If you don't set that area, it can look a little bit shiny and can like take away from the eyeshadow a little bit. So I just want to make sure that that area is nice and set. So I'm just swatching some of the lighter shades in the palette for like a shimmer, but this one's a bit too yellow and this one's a little bit too pink. I want something in between, so I think I'm gonna go for this gorgeous Iconic London. That's a little bit too yellow as well for what I'm wanting. Wow, I think I've actually just swatched every single eyeshadow palette that I own looking for a specific eyeshadow shade that I want to use. I'm going to go in with the Morphe and Madison Beer palette, and I'm taking this shade here. Just swatch it for you. It's a gorgeous sort of like neutral shimmer. That's what I wanted. I wanted like not a silver, not a gold, just something like in between. So I'm just taking that on a flat brush and packing that in sort of like the first half of the lid. That is absolutely beautiful. So I'm taking my Laura Mercier Caviar Stick in the shade Cocoa, which is the matte brown, and this little pencil brush from the Morphe and Ariel collection. And I'm just going to buff that right on the lash line and start to like smoke it. So I really want to like buff this liner into the lash line and into the eyeshadow. Again, this is not one of those looks where I want like loads of harsh edges or anything like that. I just want it to be like super, super smoky. And these Laura Mercier Caviar Sticks, guys, they're amazing. So long wearing, so pigmented, so creamy, so easy to use. If you feel like you struggle with eyeshadow, but you want that sort of like eyeshadow effect, they do so many like neutral gold shades or like shimmer shades that are really easy. You can literally just draw this on the eye, blend it in, and you will literally look like you spent ages on your eyeshadow. My mum absolutely loves the Laura Mercier Caviar Sticks. Like, they're literally so easy to use. So I've gone ahead and built that up, buffed it in, and I'm going to take this in my waterline as well, because we're going to do a really, really smoky little lash line. And then I'm just going to take that same Morphe and Ariel pencil and just buff right underneath where I put the liner and start to smoke that out. And then I'm going to take a mix of Graded and Craft, these two here, the shades that we used on the upper part of the lid. I'm just going to run that right underneath and just really, really get that blended and smoky. I've actually got so many ideas at the minute, guys, but if there's anything that you want to see, please let me know, because I love to create things that you guys actually want to see. Right, I've got two new mascaras to try. I've got the NARS Climax Extreme. Don't know if this is new or not, but it's new to me. And then I've got the new Colourpop Level Up Lengthening Mascara. So I'm going to use the Climax on the top and the Colourpop on the bottom, just because this has like a thinner wand. So I'm just going to go ahead with the NARS. This has got such a chunky brush, I love it. This is the most lengthening mascara that I've ever used. What? Guys, I feel like 2021 was the year of mascaras. I feel like I've discovered so many mascaras this year that I love. Let's just take a minute to say that I've got like barely any lash as well. Well, no, I have got loads of lashes, but they're just so straight. And then I'm going to take the Colourpop Lengthening Mascara on the bottom. This is a little bit of a thinner wand, so it'll just make it a bit easier for me. Ooh, that's nice. I'm just going to pop some lashes on and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've just gone ahead and put my lashes on. These are the Prima Lash and Jess Evans Lash in Gratitude, I think. They're the ones that are like a little bit more natural in the front and fuller on the edges. Every time I wear this lash, I just think wedding day vibes. Wedding day vibes. But I'm going to finish off my lip. I want to go super, super nude today. I'm going to go in with MAC Strip Down Lip Liner. I think, don't know if this is going to be a bit too warm, but we'll see. No, I like it. I like it. I like it. And then I'm going to go in with Plouise Stark Naked Lip Base. Then I'm going to finish off with my Too Faced Lip Injection Extreme for a little gloss vibe. Little bit of plump, you know. Then we're going to finish off with a little bit of spray. This is Revolution Pro Goddess Glow Fixing Spray with niacinamide and cucumber. I've never tried this, never used it. We'll see how we get on. What's it like? Oh, it's quite a nice mist. That's actually really nice. All right guys, and that is our finished look. This is definitely something that I would wear for date night, out with the girls, even like Christmas party vibes, you know what I'm saying? But I'm super obsessed with the way this came out. I hope you guys enjoyed playing with a little bit of a new makeup with me today, using some old favourites, all that good stuff. Everything that I've used today I'm going to link in the description box for you, along with my discount codes and my social channels, so you can come and follow me on Instagram and things like that. Before you leave, don't forget to subscribe, hit that thumbs up button if you like this video, and leave me a lovely little comment in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!